Hello, so today we are going to be looking at recording a dish, or will be explained. So looking at our learning objectives. So today our learning objectives, we're looking at demonstrating how to record a dish to the given criteria. Most students will be able to present a showcase a range of cooking skills, and some students will be able to evaluate and discuss their findings. Now all will be revealed. Here. Number one, this is what I would like from you for this work. Number one, choose one of the following cuisines: British, Mediterranean, or Asian. Now, those that can remember what cuisine is, if you want, you can pause the video, have a little think. What does cuisine actually mean? It basically means that it's a style of cooking that belongs to a particular country or region. So in other words, it's a food or dish that comes from a particular country, whether it be Japanese food, French, Chinese, Italian, German, etc. All these cuisines originate from a style of cooking from a particular area or place or country. So after you've chosen which cuisine you would like to do, whether that would be British, Mediterranean or Asian, I would like you to find 3 recipes that belong to that chosen cuisine, to your now chosen cuisine. So finding 3 recipes that relate to that cuisine. They could be any dishes that you would like. I would try and keep within your boundaries in terms of what you know and what you understand. Don't make it too complex for yourself. So I would find 3 recipes that now belong to your chosen cuisine, and please use the website below. Use websites with recipes that use grams, liters, so our metric system, the British metric system, rather than using cups and fluid ounces and so on, which is an American imperial metric system. So try to utilize that for your recipes. Once you've found 3 recipes from your chosen cuisine, choose one of those dishes. Which one speaks to you more? Which one would you prefer to cook out of those 3? So choosing one. Once you have decided on that dish, which dish you would like, find one recipe for that dish. So then look more into that dish that you have chosen and find one recipe. Again, use the BBC Food or use a website that uses imperial measurements such as milliliters, grams, the metric system, and find a recipe that is not so complex, or that you think that you're able to produce, to be able to handle. Speak to parents, speak to people that you're living with to figure out if this works for you. From what you can see on Show My Homework with all the attachments, there are plenty of them. This is one of them, and this is a sensory evaluation sheet. And on that sheet, you will find about 4 or 5 of these different sheets that you can see there on the screen. So if you can print them out, fantastic, or you can copy them out in pen or use some kind of way of being able to transcribe that to then be handed out to people that will be eating your dish when you make it. So once you have found that one dish, you have agreed with the people that you are with within the house that you're going to cook it for, you are then going to cook and present this chosen dish at home. It can either be for breakfast, it can be for lunch, or it can be for an evening meal. And while you're doing your dish, while you're making your dish, I recommend that you take pictures, not loads. I would recommend that you take pictures when they're at like a very high skill or a medium skill stage. And by that I mean if you're making pasta or if you're making mashed potato or something along those lines, whatever it may be, take a picture of when you're doing that. You can see like little pictures below that help to demonstrate that. So where they're making pasta below, they've started with their little pasta dough, then they're cutting out their ravioli, and then they've presented it. So these pictures, not loads and loads and loads, just enough to kind of showcase and go, this is the skill that I've done today. This is what I've done in 3 easy steps, or even less. Once you have printed out your sensory evaluation sheets, which are attached and shown my homework, you're then going to be doing your sensory analysis. So where we've looked at this before, in one of our pieces of work over the lockdown period, it was to do with sensory testing. And this is how you're going to do it for yourselves, in that you will hand each person one of these sensory evaluation sheets and get them to fill it out. What do they think of your dish? You can see on the sheet that there's appearance, taste, texture, and aroma. So they're rating from 1 to 5, 1 being the worst, 5 being the best. So out of 5, so the appearance, how does it look? The taste, how does it actually taste? The texture, how does it what's the mouth feel, and how does it feel when you're eating it? And the aroma being smell. So rating them, then giving it an average. So you divide all of your numbers by 4, and then you give each one a sensory word at the end. And there's sensory word sheets available again on Show My Homework that use these sensory words to help describe foods. So we're not describing foods using "it was good," "that was all right," "it was fantastic." They're not sensory words that we use in food and nutrition. The words we use in food and nutrition are more involved in terms of, you can see there on the screen: fragrant, chewy, grainy, nutty. All of these are sensory words that we use to evaluate and really accentuate how foods taste, and especially how your foods will taste. All of what you have done then will then be put into this sheet. So then you are recording and evaluating the findings and recording them into this sheet that is attached again to Show My Homework. You can see that the recipe is, so you put your recipe at the top, you give a reason for your choice, and please don't put the reason for your choice being that I was told to, or it was that was the lesson for today. Why did you choose that particular cuisine? What was it about that cuisine that you liked? Was the dish that you chose, was it to do with the colors? Was it to do that because you've eaten it before? All these things are the reasons for your choice. And then you have your ingredients. Please don't put the method, you just put the ingredients in there. You can see on the example there. The skills being, did you make bread? Did you make a dough? Did you make a sauce? What knife skills did you use? What cooking methods did you use? What techniques did you use? These are all skills that you can put in there and say, this is what I did towards making my dish. And then you have your sensory evaluation. You can write it as it's got it in that sheet there, or you can pile them up, take many pictures of them, put them in there, however you want to do it. But you're basically evaluating from what others have said about your dish in the bit below. And the bit below is evaluating what was found from your dish as a whole, from other people, and your own perception of it as well. So what would you do differently next time? How would you do it? Would you not make that dish again, and why? If you were to make it again, what would you add? What would you take out? Would you keep it the same? Again, giving these reasons, as you can see there in the yellow, in remembering your writing, using full sentences, giving your answer and then backing it up with because. Yeah. So why have you done this? What is it about this dish that you are liking or disliking? And you're giving your reasons. You're thinking about it more, so that if you were to make it again, how would you do it differently? How could you improve it? It's all about improving at the end of the day. And the feedback only needs to be in one sheet. If you want to do 2, that's fine. But as long as you've got all that information in that one area, that would be fantastic. If you're able to do that over the next couple of days, it doesn't have to be in today because it's quite a big project. So you've got 2 days to do this project. Any problems, you get back to me on Show My Homework, or you can email me. But I hope you enjoyed this one, because it's really interesting, and it really relates to GCSE food and nutrition. So I hope you enjoy it, and I'd love to see what creations you get out of it and what everyone else thinks of your dish. All right, go away, take care.